Alright guys, now that we're familiar with the telegrams, it's important to get really down to the fundamentals. Now, let's get clear about who our audience is, because this is the number one fundamental when putting anything out there into the world. Now, this one took me a long time to understand, and it might not sound great at first, but your audience isn't everybody. It's impossible to appeal to everybody. There's always going to be people that don't agree with what you have going on, or people that don't really resonate with the stuff that you're putting out. But there is a really good thing about that point, and there is a small, hopefully big group of people that will really resonate with what you have going on and really be those diehard fans. So this video and the attached PDF are the resources that are going to help you figure out who that audience is. So with this video right here, we're going to get crystal clear on who our audience is and how we can get things to hit home for them. There's 4 different things that we need to take a look at in order to get clear about who our target audience is. Now, number 1, we're looking at demographics. Now, what are demographics? You need to think about where this person's from, what gender are they, what do they like, maybe how much income they have, how old are they, things like that. Now, once we can kind of get clear on these different demographics, we almost start to have like an avatar of the person that we want to really resonate with our music. And oftentimes it's us from a little bit longer of a time period ago. The second thing to look at is influences. Now, who has influence over the audience that you want to have? So if you're in the hip hop game, odds are that the influences are someone like a Tupac, a Snoop, or a Biggie. Or if they're in the newer generation, like a Drake or a Lil Baby. And if you're in the country side of it, influences can be Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs, maybe even Tim McGraw or Dolly Parton. So it's important to recognize who are you like and what kind of people's audiences do you want to have. Those are influences. Number 3, and this is really the way that you get your content to slap the audience right in the face and really hit home. And that's the pain points and the desires that these people are going through. Now, it's important to think about pain because why did you get into music in the first place? For a lot of people, it was to get some feelings off their chest because they were going through something and they had nowhere to turn to except the paper or except the mic. And when they can get those thoughts out and feelings out and then express them in a certain way like you all do, that's really where people will start to come around and really resonate with the stuff if you get it out to the right people. If you went through something and you become really vulnerable about it, the person who's listening to your stuff who also went through the same thing but thinks they have nobody to turn to is now going to be a diehard fan. And that's how you really get people to resonate with what you have going on. The 4th piece of this is research. Now, if you already have an audience, everybody does, it's important to research and analyze everything that they have going on. So go through your Instagram page and start checking out which content's performing the best, which posts are people replying the most to, which clips are people resonating the most with. Has anyone texted you specifically, genuinely about a certain clip? If you go through and spend a half hour on that on your page, you're going to notice some interesting things and you're going to want to tailor your content around it in the future. Remember, the goal here is to create content that resonates specifically with the people in this audience, so we're building up our diehard fans. Now, that's why I added in the PDF in the description below, right next to this video, so you can go through and complete the worksheet on all of these 4 checks that we just talked about, so you can get very clear about who your audience is. And honestly, don't move on to the next video just yet until you've completed the worksheet on finding your target audience, because it's going to be really crucial for you to understand the rest of the topics that are going on if we don't have our direct audience that we're going to be marketing to. And by the end of that, you're going to have a laser focused vision on who your audience is and how we're going to resonate with them. You ready? Let's get started.